What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Goddess Unicorn, checking in again today. Well, actually, tonight. It's nighttime because this is the only time I get to come and speak with you guys. But anyway, I just want to come by really quickly. I know I haven't posted a video in a while, but I just have kind of been taking some downtime. I think we all are kind of being prompted right now to take some downtime um, to really do some inward work, to really do some reflecting, to really go in and try to figure out what within us is blocking us from really receiving everything that the universe is trying to send us in reference to abundance, in reference to success with our career, our home, our life, our relationships. I feel like a lot of us are really, at the getting to the phase or at the phase within our ascension where we are becoming more self-aware, so we can really do that work. We can really figure out okay, this is what's keeping me from here. Even if you're at a point where you're not 100% there, you're really kind of in a place of really becoming aware of what is and is not serving you. So you're really kind of trying to cut away at those things, whether you want to or not. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, a lot of times we will meet a person, and when we meet the person, their initial response to us, their initial reaction to us will cause us to feel as if something is wrong with us. Because sometimes you meet people and they're so whatever they are within themselves, so their personal vibration is so off within themselves that it does not know how to respond to your vibration. It does not know how to respond to you. So it will sometimes give you you will sometimes unknowingly read them, and they will pick up on it, and there will automatically be this discomfort. And one thing that I tell people all the time is that, you will never find comfort or peace where you do not vibrate. If you don't vibrate there, if that person is on a frequency that does not match yours, there will never be, it can be, but at that point in time, it will not be, and it won't be compatible. And it's that way for a reason. We were constructed that way for a reason. We are so divine and we're such powerful beings that we actually have an inner compass within ourselves that tells us what is and is not for our greatest and highest good. But because we are taught that our validation lies outside of us instead of within us, we'll oftentimes ignore that voice and still try to keep a relationship going with that person just to feel the acceptance that they did not give us when we first met them. And that is when you're going against yourself. That is when you're working against your divinity and your own peace, when you're working against your own greatest and highest good. And when we do that, we disrespect ourselves and we don't even realize it. What we have to work on, what we have to make priority is learning how to stop allowing how other people feel about us to determine how we feel about ourselves. And a lot of times we just let what other people feel about us determine how we feel about ourselves, because we don't know how to feel about ourselves. We don't know ourselves. We don't know how important it is to know ourselves. So every time we form a new relationship or meet a new person, we feel like how they feel about us is going to tell us how great we are within ourselves. That is no one's job. And as long as you live your life letting other people determine and dictate how dope you are, how awesome you are, how wonderful or a person you are, how sweet or kind or loving that you are, how deserving of love you are, how worthy you are, you're going to continue to be a very unsure, unhappy person, and you're going to continue to attract relationships that feed on that uncertainty. And it's not out of punishment. It's the universe's way of trying to help you get to a place where you know that you are a good person, that you are loving, that you do deserve good and prosperous and healthy friendships and relationships. That is what the universe does. It is basically our galactic parent. It does what our actual parents didn't do. It teaches us how to love ourselves in a way that our mom and dad did not. I tell people all the time, what your parents didn't teach you, or where your guardians didn't teach you, the universe is going to teach you, because it loves us in the way that we have to know how to love ourselves unconditionally. It loves us in a way that it wants to see us always vibrate at our highest and live in a way that is for our greatest and highest good. But you can never and will never live in a way that is for your greatest and highest good if who you are and what you are is determined by people who barely even know themselves. A lot of times people are only mad at you because of the fact that they have not found peace within them, or they react to you in the other way because they see a light in you that they don't know how to find within themselves. I've had numerous friendships with people who I thought were a friend, who I thought I was cool with, somebody I'd be to this day talking to that I don't speak to no more. And not because we just fell off, not because we had an argument, just because one day they was my friend, my homegirl, my homeboy, and then the next day they stopped talking to me. And at the time, with those relationships, I was not who I am now. I did not know how to take that. Those were things that created triggers within me with my abandonment issues, my rejection issues, my acceptance issues, always feeling like an outsider. So it made me feel like, okay, well, what's wrong with me? What is the problem with me that these people keep responding to me in this way? And I'm not exaggerating when I say they literally just up and stopped talking to me and was mad, and like, just next thing you know, they my enemy, and I have no idea why. This is something that's been a constant pattern. And I had to realize that, for one, this is a blessing for me, because why would I want to be with anyone who thinks so little of themselves that they would disrespect someone who done nothing to them? You think so little of yourself that you would dishonor you just to spite me because I possess something that you don't know that you're capable of having. And for two, why would I disrespect myself by trying to continue a relationship like that with a person who has clearly shown me that they're not someone who knows how to, who is not for my greatest and highest good? You have to stop letting what other people do and say and how they act dictate what you think about you. That's just like on the internet. I see people all the time getting into it, which is one of the reasons I stopped following the Shade Room, because it's just crazy to me, to feed that level of negativity. And that's not me judging them. That's just how I feel. But just because somebody say something about you, so what? I'm gonna make this real clear. When a person has the time to sit up and negatively, low vibrationally, and disrespectfully speak on you and who you are, and they don't know you, understand that is their own personal inner dialogue, and all they're doing is deflecting. All they're doing is taking what they feel about themselves and putting it off on you because they don't like who they see in the mirror. People who are happy, who are healthy, who live in their best life, who get into the bag, but also have mental, emotional, spiritual, and energetic wealth, who's living a life that in their greatest and highest good, all they're trying to do is see other people win. They don't got time to talk about you. They trying to talk with you about the next move that need to be made so that everybody can eat. The people who not, those are the people that you don't speak on, you don't speak to, if they come at you in a negative way, because that's just them trying to show how they feel about themselves. So why would you care about someone and what they got to say when they don't even have anything good to say about themselves? That means that they can't say nothing about you. No, it ain't their business. It's not their place. They shouldn't be doing it. But you know what? Some people, you have to just let them do what they do, because you won't be the last person they do it to until they learn how to be happy within themselves. It ain't personal. It ain't nothing personal for them with you, because they don't know you. It's personal with them for themselves, because they don't like who they are. You have to learn how to let what people say and do roll off your back sometimes, because at the end of the day, it ain't got nothing to do with you. This person have been through, most of the people you meet, they've been through 1,000 different, very harsh and hard scenarios prior to them ever being introduced to you, ever meeting you, ever being in your life. And once they meet you, you may trigger something in them, but you're only triggering something in them because of things that they have not healed within themselves. When you become good for yourself, I don't care who you meet, it ain't gonna phase you. When you heal you, when you work on you, you become powerful, you become strong, you become balanced, you become very self-aware. You become good within you, so you don't need to tear other people down to make you feel good. Stop allowing what other people do outside of you validate who you are within, because no one can tell you about themselves, because about 95% of us on earth don't even know who we are. We don't know what we're rooted from. We don't know that we're spirits with bodies. We don't even understand our own power. So why would you give power to a person who does not know their own? But anyway, that's all I really had to say. And I hope you guys are really